Hey there guys, my name is Rob. I'm your student physical therapist for the day. So we're going to talk about choosing and fitting assistive devices. So right here we're going to have our canes. So we have a single point cane, we have our narrow base cane, and our wide base cane. Moving on to our crutches, we have our forearm crutch, axillary crutch, going to walkers, front wheel walker, and pickup walker all the way down at the end. So all of these do have some similarities. So when you're fitting a patient, you're going to want the patient to do as much as possible as normal as possible. So you're going to pick the best device for what follows those rules. And then all of these are standard, so they can fit up to 300 pounds on them. They have a weight capacity of 300 pounds. Bariatric goes 500 pounds or more. So talking about stability versus mobility. Everything on this end, so the canes are going to have the most mobile but the least stable. And down towards the pickup walkers, you're going to have those be the most stable but the least mobile. And that goes directly with energy expenditure as well. So down at the walkers, you're going to have to use the most energy because it is the most stable device. So it takes more energy to move that compared to the cane. It's going to be the least energy expenditure because it is the most mobile. Alrighty guys, so now we're going to go ahead and do the actual fitting of the device. This is Meg. She's going to be my patient. After I wash my hands, I can then proceed with the fitting. So, if the patient is supine, it is a very easy way to do one of the measurements for all of the assistive devices. So, the three anatomical landmarks you can use are the greater trochanter, the wrist crease, or the ulnar styloid process. So right now, we're going to do from the base of the foot up to the greater trochanter, and that's going to see where your hand grip is going to be. So we would just take the measurement from here. And if you can't feel it, you can have your patient internally and externally rotate, and then you can feel the greater trochanter moving. All right, awesome, so it'll be right there. So then I would take this measurement from the floor up to whatever device I'm going to use. And that should match right up where the hand grip is going to be. All right, so we're also going to do the fitting when the patient is sitting down, and then we can also do it when they're standing up. So sitting down is going to be the same as supine. You're going to have the patient extend their leg, and then do the same thing from the base of the foot to the trochanter. And then when they are standing, you're going to want to make sure that they have something to keep them stable, so something to grab onto if they possibly fall over or just have a balance issue. And then you're going to want to make sure that they are in shoes that they're going to be ambulating in, so you can have the consistency between the two. Alrighty, now that the patient has the gait belt on, you can get them standing up. So we're going to focus specifically on the single point cane because the measurements are the same throughout all of the canes and the rest of the assistive devices. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to have the cane opposite of the involved side. So what we're going to say is Meg's left leg is the involved side. So with a cane, you're not going to have them be non-weight bearing or even partial weight bearing because you're not going to be able to shift enough of that weight into the assistive device. So this is going to be for weight bearing as tolerated or full weight bearing. So when the patient is standing in an erect posture, so they're going to be shoulders back, everything's going to be very upright. We're going to have the arm be bent, the elbow specifically be bent at a 20 to 30 degree flexion, and then we're going to have them drop their hand off of the assistive device, and you're just going to have the assistive device sitting right next to them and measuring. Again, you could do the wrist crease, which is right here. You could do the ulnar styloid process, or the greater trochanter is right here. So this cane is fit for Meg. All right, so now we're going to move on to the fitting of crutches. We have the forearm and the axillary. We're going to do just the axillary for this video. So the same things apply with this, but they are a little different from the cane because typically the axillary crutches are going to have height notches on the bottom, so you can ask the patient how tall she is or he is. Meg said she was 5'7", so we put it at the 5'7" notch. If you don't have an accurate height or they don't know, you can use yourself or anyone else. So I'm 5'11", I could use myself and then go accordingly from there. So again, we're just going to measure the hand grip at a 20 to 30 degree flexion of the elbow again, and we're just going to make sure that the hand grip is at the wrist crease, and then or the greater trochanter or the ulnar styloid process. And for this, there is a way to make sure the crutches are fitting properly. So we're going to have Meg bring the crutches out about 6 inches and about 2 inches outwards, and you do a 2-finger test. So as long as you can reach 2 fingers in there, then they're fitting good. All right, so we're moving on from the crutches and we're going to the walkers. Meg right now is in a front wheel walker. So for the walkers and the crutches, you can use these for any weight-bearing status. So now we're going to go ahead and check the fitting of the device again. So we want Meg to lower her arms down past the hand grip. We're going to check the wrist crease again, the ulnar styloid process, or we can do the greater trochanter of these as well. Alrighty, after performing all of the fittings for each device and deciding which one is appropriate, then your patient is now ready to move on to gait training.